everyone, my name is Heba and welcome back. I have some makeup from this new brand that I've been eyeing. It's a new brand to me, and I did bring my makeup consultant so he can help me pronounce this brand's name. I'm going to try to say it first. I am from Egypt, but I was raised here in Texas, so I do have a Texas twang to my Arabic. So I just want to make sure that I pronounce his name correctly. So the brand that I'll be talking about is Samer Khouzami.
Well, you did it very good.
Oh.
It's Samer Khouzami.
Khouzami.
Yes.
Khouzami.
It's not common Egyptian name, but I guess it's common in Syria or Lebanon. This part of the world.
And he is from Lebanon. He's Lebanese, so I want to make sure that I say his name correctly. And I'm glad my makeup consultant was here to help with that.
See, you didn't need me.
Yeah,
you pronounced it very good.
Unfortunately, my husband, who's my makeup consultant, won't be able to stay here while I play with this makeup because he has to do some paperwork. But I do have 2 lipsticks, and maybe I can get him at the end to kind of let me know about those 2 lipsticks I have.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
He just left and I hope I don't mess up his name. But again, this brand is Samer Khouzami. I'm going to look online to let you know about the man behind the brand. That's what it says here. He's an entrepreneur and a self-made makeup artist. He had a deep knowing passion for art at an early age. Growing up, he had an innate ability to visualize the beauty in everything. And I like that. Because whenever I'm walking around or just looking around, I tend to see the beauty in everything. At least that's what I like to think. Just looking at the tree right now, just looking at the beauty and how the wind just moves the leaves. I know that sounds kind of corny, but that's who I am. Especially with water. I love looking at the beauty of water. It is powerful, but just the beauty of it, how the waves and how the water moves, it is beautiful. Okay, let's keep moving on. So he has a degree in graphic design. Having been raised in a more traditional family environment, being from Lebanon, he had no link to art but managed to create muses out of those closest to him. His deep idolization and connection to his mother, I love this too, unleashed an understanding of what timeless beauty meant. So he focused his talent on capturing that inspired beauty in every woman he saw. He used the incredible transformative power of makeup as his paint, making women around the world feel and look beautiful. So his mission with his brand is to empower people with the best of cosmetic innovation, encompassing quality, efficiency, and safety. So I have been eyeing this brand for a while now, and I found out about this brand through Tavia with Chicprofileofficial. I was looking at her Instagram one day, and she put pictures of some of his products, and I was intrigued, so I went to his website, and I thought, okay, with the shipping, I believe you have to spend $160 to get free shipping. I thought, okay, I'll wait till he comes out with an eyeshadow palette. Lo and behold, several weeks ago, he did come out with an eyeshadow palette. So I placed an order with an eyeshadow palette, a face palette, a product called Insta Light, and I believe that's a primer, a lipstick, and an eyeshadow brush. So I got these products within 2 weeks, and then I thought, you know what? I want to try his foundation. So I placed another order with a foundation, another lipstick, a highlighter, and another eyeshadow brush, just to get that threshold with the free ship. And of course, right after I placed that second order, he comes out with a new product of eye pencils. And so I figured, you know, I can pass on that until something else comes along, and then I may be thinking about getting those eye pencils. But for now, I'm happy with the products that I got. He has many other products, but those are the ones that I was really interested in. Let's start with eyeshadows, and this one is called the Alter Ego eyeshadow palette. It does come in a mirrored packaging, so you know that it's going to get fingerprints real quick. And it does have his emblem brand right there, SK, and then here is what the back looks like with the name of the shades. Introducing the first eyeshadow from Samer Khouzami, the all-new Alter Ego eyeshadow palette has 9 universal toned nude eyeshadow shades, each featuring a color that complements the next. From indulgent cream-like metallics with a super striking and shimmering finish to deep matte and high color impact, it is time for you to unleash your alter ego. So you do get 9 shades in here, and this one does cost $58. It does come with a nice mirror with his name inside too. Oops. So you can see his name right there, and here are the close-ups of the shades. And it does have a snap closure, and yeah, the fingerprints is already coming. So let's go ahead and open it up, and let's do some swatches. So let's go in the first row, and the first shade is a matte, oh, very creamy. So this is the first shade, Twin. All right, let me see if I could do a better swatch than that. Yeah, much better. So this is the first shade, Twin. Now the second shade is one I'm really interested in, and it's very creamy. Well, that's pretty. And this one is Avatar. Oh yeah, that one swatched Very nice, very pretty, and I think I want to use this shade. It's a very smooth metallic, and it does have some shine there to it. Look at that. And the last one on the first row is called Sketch. I don't know how I'm swatching it, but we'll see how they play on my lids. That's a pretty nude shade there, kind of like a peachy nude. Let's go to the second row, and the first one here is called Zenith. Very creamy, I have to admit. And again, this is Zenith. The next one is Aura. Ooh, that's a pretty gold shade. This one is Carbon. Oh wow, look at that one. Oh, these two would look good together, I think. Start with the bottom row, first shade, Echo. Very pretty bronzy metallic shade there too. Let me do something here. Let me blend out Echo and see if we can buff out and see the base, because I think that would be a good one shade and done there, because it does have a pretty base. This one's Mimic. Very pretty burnt orange shade there. Yeah, that one swatches a lot better than these two mattes, I have to admit, but we'll see how it works on the eyes. Can't really judge it by how they swatch. And then the last shade is Metaphor. Of course, that wrist bone always gets in the way. Let me build that one up a little bit over the wrist bone here. That's a pretty purpley mauve-y shade though. So here are the swatches of the Alter Ego palette. I think I want to use this one, Avatar. And the other three metallic shades are very pretty too, these metal-y shades. Let me go ahead and prime my eyes, and then we'll start playing with this palette, Alter Ego. Let's find out what my Alter Ego will look like. Now I did pick up 2 eyeshadow brushes. I'm going to use these, and let's start with this one. This is the number 14, and this is the blending brush. So as you can see, it has a round ferrule. Now it doesn't say what type of bristles, so I'm assuming it's going to be synthetic. And the other one that I got is more like a flat shader brush, and they call it the applicator brush, and this one costs $25. And as you can see, this one has more of a pinch ferrule, and this one's a little bit softer than the blending brush, I have to say. Let me put these side to side so you can see the difference there. Using the Hourglass eyeshadow primer, so let's go ahead and apply some eyeshadows. Let me fix the mirror. Let's start with this light peachy shade, Sketch. I'm going to use the eyeshadow brush. There we go, it does pick up the color. Let me tap off the excess. And let's apply you in the crease. Now I have to admit that this brush is a little stiff for my lids, because I do have the aging eyes, and my lids is not as tight as they once were, but it's laying the color very nicely. You can see that pretty color. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in with one of my favorite blending brushes. This is by Sonia G, and I'm going to use that same shade, Sketch, just to kind of blend that out just a little bit better. Yeah, that blended that shade out a lot better. I'm going to go back to his brush. I'm going to go in this pretty mauve-y shade, Metaphor, and I'm going to place that in the crease. And that way I can precisely put it where I want it to be. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I like this brush for in the crease, not for my first color, the transition shade. It's not very dark, has a hint of red in there, and you can blend it out to be a nice soft mauve there. I like that. I'm going to use a small brush, and using this shade, Carbon, I'm going to place that in the outer corner of my eye, just to give me some depth here. I do have to admit that these shades are very workable. They blend out very nicely. I'm not having any problem with it skipping, and they're not muddying up with each other. I do like that. Let me go back in with his brush, and using the shade Echo, blend the crease out there, because I think I put a little too much of Carbon. Let me just go back in the first brush and blend that crease, that line out. You know, I'm going to use the applicator brush and go back in with the shade Carbon. Just kind of deepen up the outer corner of my eye here. Yeah, I do like that better. Let me go on the other side of the brush, and let's use this pretty metallic shade Avatar. I'm going to use his brush first, and then I'll probably go in with my finger. And let's place that on my lid. Alright, that's looking pretty. It is a pretty shade. Bring it up to my crease and to the inner corner of my eye. You know, I don't think I need to use my finger. That gave me some good pigmentation there. But so far, this flat shader brush is really nice with the metallic shade. It still gives me that pow. And it does help getting into the crease there. Let me try this shade Twin. Let me put that in the outer corner. Let me make sure I'm using the right side. Yes. Using the same applicator brush, just kind of pack that to the outer corner. Yeah, I think that one's a little bit more of a deeper shade. Just fuse those two shades together. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I like that. That's pretty. And I do not see any fallout with any shades, especially the metallic shade. And I kind of like this brush a lot better than the blending brush. It is nice if you really want to place a shade in the exact location where you want to, but for blending it out, very stiff for me. This one I like. I really do like, especially for the outer corner and for the metallic shades on the lids. Let me go back in with the Sonia G brush and just blend everything out here. Let me clean underneath my eyes here. So far the eyeshadows are looking very pretty. I do like this beautiful lilac metallic shade that I placed on my lid. And I was able to use it with a brush, not with my finger. I just noticed on the back of the box of the eyeshadow palette does have the name of the shades, and that's what I was using to name the shades. And then I looked on the back of the eyeshadow palette, it's kind of mirror image. So I'm hoping that it's the one on the back of the box that has the correct shade name, not the one on the back of the palette. Let me do it the other way. So yeah, it looks to be the mirror image, and I was using the box names, so I hope I was using it the right way, or naming the shades the right way. But anywho, let's go ahead and go to the face, and I did pick up the Insta Light Spray Makeup Base. And this is designed for a pre-makeup application, so I'm assuming it's a primer. Now I picked up the travel size. It does have a full size of it, and here's what it looks like, and it looks like a thick gel. The full size is 30 mils, 1 ounce, and that costs $32. And the one that I picked up is 10 mils, a third of an ounce, and this one was $17.50. And these are all in US dollars. This weightless formula evens out the complexion as well as hydrates the skin, giving a well-balanced canvas for optimum makeup application. So let's go ahead and open this up. So it is a spray, and I don't think I'll be spraying it directly to my face. Let me spray it on my hands and see how that looks. Oh, that comes out really strong, so you don't want to put that directly to your face. So this is what it looks like. It smells very good. Oh, it looks very nice on the skin. Does give you a glow. Not settling in any pores or anything like that. Maybe just put a little bit more. I kind of like that. But yeah, you don't want to spray this directly to your face. You don't want to do that. Has a nice slip. Before I get to the foundation, I want to put some concealer underneath my eyes. And the one that I'll be using is by Sisley, and I have 2 shades, 4 and 5. Now, I believe he does have a concealer, but I didn't pick it up. I figured I could pass on that for now. What I'd like to do is put 4 in the inner and outer of my eyes, and get number 5 and place that in the center. And then use the BK Beauty concealer brush and blend that out. So far, I'm liking how the concealer looks on top of that primer. Very pretty. It's kind of blurring my pores almost. Right now, let's talk about the foundation, and it's called the Divine Matte Liquid Foundation. I do like the presentation of the box. So let's take that plastic thing and lift the lid up, and here is the foundation. I like the presentation of it. Very pretty glass bottle. So this is a lightweight matte liquid foundation in a highly pigmented formula. Means a drop will go a long way in achieving a naturally smooth, medium buildable coverage. This instantly evens out the complexion and transforms to a natural matte finish that melts into the skin, making it perfect for normal and combination to oily skin, which is what I have. I have combo oily skin. There are 20 shades in this foundation with 3 undertones: cool, neutral, and warm. And the shade that I picked up is SK40, and this one has a warm undertone. Normally I pick up a neutral undertone, but with how he does his shades, it seems only 3 shades and they're on the lighter side, so I had to go with the warm undertone because there are more deeper shades with the warm undertone. On the website, he does give recommendation of how to apply this foundation. He says to apply a small amount of the liquid foundation on the brush and blend using outward circular movements. Avoid applying the foundation directly to the skin to prevent product excess, allowing for precision application and perfectly even coverage. And then if you want to adjust it, you can just dab more into the specific areas. So let's do that. First, let me put some in the back of my hand. See what it looks like. Very liquidy. I think that would be a pretty shade. Hope it's not gonna be too light, but wow, that is very liquidy. Let me just grab some on my brush here. We'll do it from there. Upward and circular motion, forgot. Smells good though. Smells like you're baking a cake in the oven. That smells good. I think that's what I'm smelling. I don't think my husband is baking a cake in the kitchen right now. Wow, that does have good coverage. I think this is a nice color. It's not settling in any pores, at least not yet. And yeah, a little does go a long way. Oops. Alright, so this has foundation, this doesn't. What do you think? Yeah, I think the scent is coming from this foundation that smells like you're baking a cake. It smells kind of sweet. I like that. not too perfumey. Now let me tell you the price of this foundation. So the price of this foundation is $52 and you do get 30 mils of product, 1 ounce. So far it's looking really good on my skin. It's giving me good coverage. I am seeing a little bit of kind of sinking in my pores on my nose and right here. I'm sure I put primer there. I'm not seeing it here on my cheeks. It is kind of sinking in this wrinkle that I have right here. Let me try to do that and see what happens. Still kind of there. This is a matte finish, so if you have dry skin, probably wouldn't be the best. That's what I'm seeing right now. Because it is just kind of showing a little bit of texture right here that I have. But other than that, it's looking very nice. And even though this is a warm undertone, I don't see much gold to it or yellow, which isn't bad. So now let's go underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna go by the shade names that it's on the back of the box, not on the back because I think it's the mirror image, I think. But let's go with this light shade first. Place that here. And then let's go in with this deep shade Twin. Let's just place you just in the outer corner underneath. Bring a little bit inside, but concentrate it more in the outer corner. Do like the eyeshadows. Do love this metallic shade that I placed on my lid. Very pretty. Let me go ahead and do my brows and the rest of my eye makeup off camera, and we'll come back and do the face palette, the highlighter, and the 2 lipsticks. And hopefully we can get my makeup consultant when I do the lipsticks. Let me let you know about the products that I used for my eyes. For my brows, I used the Precisely My Brow in the shade number 4 by Benefit, and the Brow Mascara by Suku in shade number 1. And for my top lash line, I used the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen. Love this. And for the waterline, I wanted a softer look, so I went with this one by Kyra Weiss, and this is shade Light Brown. Just place that in my waterline, not in my lower lash line. And for mascara, I used the Chantecaille Faux Cils Mascara and the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Got a little sample size. Now let's add some color to my face. So let's go in with the face palette. Here's what the box looks like, and let's see what it looks like inside. Comes with the same mirrored packaging with his emblem SK, and then here's what it looks like in the back. It does have a snap closure and a nice mirror with his name inside, and here's what the face palette looks like. Now this is an easy to use all-in-one face palette with 1 luminous blush shade, 1 radiant highlighter, and a satin matte bronzer. This does come in 3 different shades, light, medium, and dark, and I did get mine in dark. And this one's quite expensive. This one costs $65. Let's do some swatches. It's very creamy. So here is the shades in the face palette in dark. So let's go in with the bronzer. All right, very pretty. Blends very nicely. Before I apply the bronzer to this side, let me just touch the foundation. Doesn't feel tacky at all, so I'm not gonna set it with powder. I see a little bit on my fingers. Let me get a napkin. So it does transfer, but it doesn't feel tacky on the skin. Now keep in mind, this is in the dark palette, so if you're darker than me, I don't know, maybe it might work, but it's not very deep. Now let's apply it with the blush. Let me just dip in twice and just see how pigmented that is. Yeah, that's pigmented. Very pretty though. This is very pretty. I like the blush. It melts into the skin. It's not looking powdery. Now let's try the highlighter, and I want to use the other highlighter too, but let's just see how this one looks like from the face palette. That's got some pigment to it. Very pretty though. Let's put you underneath my brows too, just to highlight that area. You don't need a lot, that's for sure, but it's very pretty. Again, this is the deepest one, so if you are deeper than me, it might work. The blush will work definitely. I don't know about the bronzer, but it's very pretty. Now let's try the Glimmer Glow Highlighter, and honestly, I don't know why I got this since the face palette does have a highlighter, but this one was in the second order, so maybe I just completely forgot what the face palette has, but it highlights and spotlights. The Glimmer Glow Highlighter is infused with bright, luxurious pearl pigments that create the perfect shine, and this one only comes in 1 shade, the same kind of packaging, and this one costs $49. This one does look like it will highlight and spotlight. Looks like a record player too. Let me put you next to the highlight from the face palette. Yeah, that one is a little bit more gold for sure. It does have a little bit more highlight in there too. A little bit more bling. I'm gonna go very light with it. Yeah, because I already put a highlighter there. Now the one from the face palette didn't show any texture. This one does just a little bit, but I think if I just blend it out, I think it'd be okay. Let's see if you can see the difference. This is the Glimmer Glow, and this is the highlighter from the face palette. I mean, they both Gives you that, you know, from space kind of a bling. But the Glimmer Glow, yeah, that one's got something. I don't know which one I like better. I mean, they're two totally different highlighters. The one in the face palette's a little bit more subtle, whereas this one, yeah, it's got some glow to it. I do love the blush and I do love the bronzer. It's very pretty. Now let's go for lips and let me go check and see if my makeup consultant could join us. Got my makeup consultant to come here.
We're ready. I am ready.
What do you think of this makeup look so far?
It's beautiful.
Like
Gorgeous.
the eye look?
Beautiful. As usual.
Okay.
Seriously.
So I picked up 2 lipsticks, and I believe there are 20 shades. And he has them in matte and satin. Now, when I picked up these 2 shades, I don't know which is which, but we'll figure it out when we try it.
Is this from Khouzami or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what this one looks like, and this is in the shade Grace, and these lipsticks do cost $26. Comes in the same mirrored packaging and a magnetic closure. Very nice. So here's what Grace looks like. So we'll try this one first because it does seem to be light. And it kind of looks matte, but we'll try it on and see. And the full name of these lipsticks are SK Women Lipsticks. Of course, like I said in the beginning, he gets his beauty ideas from the women in his life, especially his mother. So let's try Grace. It did kind of break off a little bit. Should have had that lowered a little bit. I would say this is a matte finish on my lips. It's very creamy, very comfortable on the lips, but what do you think?
It looks very nice. It's a little bit light in color.
Okay.
I think it look better in a little bit darker color, but it's very nice. And it goes well with the eyeshadows and stuff like this.
There you go.
Hey, yeah.
I do like this color. It's very opaque, very thick on the lips. And when I say thick, not thick and heavy, but it has a good pigmentation on my lips. And I would say that this is more of a matte finish, but we'll try the other one and see what that one looks like. And this one will look pretty with a lip liner. I think this is a very pretty shade. Actually, I like this color. I don't want to take it off because I think this is very pretty. With the right lip liner, I think this will be a pretty lipstick. The next one that I have is Ava. So I like that he names his lipsticks after women. Comes in the same lipstick bullet. This one's Ava. Ooh, I like that one. Bring it down low so it doesn't break. Very pigmented. Now I would say this one does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but not very glossy. But this is a pretty shade. So this one is the one I'm wearing now, Ava, and this one is Grace. Very pretty shades, and you can see that it's very opaque. And I would say that the lighter one, Grace, is more of a matte finish, and I could see some sheen in this one, Ava. This is the finished look using products from Samer Khouzami.
Yes, you did it right.
Okay, good.
And it looks very good.
What do you think?
I like the finish touch there. I just like it.
Which lipstick do you like better with this look?
You know, I like dark colors.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Yeah.
It is very pigmented, very creamy, very opaque. And I know you probably need to leave, so I'll go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for doing this.
It was my pleasure.
I know it's just a short little cameo here in this video, but at least you helped me pronounce. Fun. Yes, it is. Fun. At least I hope you think it's fun.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least you helped me pronounce the name and let me know about the lipsticks and with the look.
My pleasure.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye.
That was really nice that he did this. Now let me let you know what I think. Just one time, first time trying these products from Samer Khouzami. The eyeshadows looks very pretty. I was a little worried with how it's swatched, especially the matte shades. But they blend it out beautifully. You can build it up. It doesn't look dry, doesn't look powdery. And I do love this metallic shade that I place on my lids. And I can't wait to play with the other metallic shades in here. Now, I would say most of these shades are not very unique. The only one that I would think is this one in the bottom. I think this is a very pretty. You could build it up or sheer it out. I can't wait to try the other shade, especially this burnt orange shade. And I think that will look pretty with the other metallic shades in here. Now with the primer and the foundation, I only tried it one time, but so far I do like the primer, but I think I'm gonna use or need to use another primer with this primer. Maybe use one of my primers that I really do know, make sure that it doesn't sink in any pores. But this is really nice. It did give me a glow, and it does say that you can use this by itself too. I don't know if I'll do that, but I do like the concept of a primer in a spray bottle. It's really cool. The foundation, I do like the shade. Maybe a little bit light, but I can bronze it up. And so far, it's looking really good. Minus the settling in the pores in my nose and right there. And this wrinkle right here. But I'll come up close so you can see everything after I say what I want to say. But so far, it's looking really good. And applying it on the brush, I think works good. And I didn't need to build it up. I think this was a good coverage for me. The face palette, I do like the face palette. Again, this is the deepest shade, so I don't know if you're deeper than me, if this one will work. But the blush and the highlighter and the bronzer, I think are very pretty. Very pretty. And this highlighter, the Glimmer Glow, Wow, this one really does say, look at me. Now, is it showing any texture? Maybe just a little bit, but if I do put some powder over it, I think it'd be really pretty. But it is showing that thing. I mean, yeah. Oh, let me talk about the brushes. Now, this one, it's not what I would think for a blending brush. I thought when it said blending brush that I could blend it out for my transition shade, but this is a little bit more tapered, as you can see. That this is perfect for the color you want to place in the crease or even in the outer corner. Now this one, the applicator brush, I do like this one for the outer corner and for applying the metallic shade. I mean, I didn't use my finger at all, and I usually use my fingers for metallic shades because I want that extra pow. I didn't feel like I needed to after applying it with this brush. So really do like this flat shader brush, really do. And the lipsticks, yeah, I do like the lipsticks. Very creamy formula. I don't know how long these will last. So far, I love everything that I got. Of course, this is just one time trying it. So here are the eyeshadows. You can see they're blended out very nice. It's not looking too dry. It's not looking too powdery. And the metallic shades, very pretty. And here's what the foundation looks like. I don't know if you can see it there on my nose. And here is kind of sinking in the pores there. It is kind of sinking in that wrinkle there. But everywhere else it's looking really good. It does have good coverage. And then the bronzer, blush, and highlighters. Yeah, look at that highlighter. And here's the lipstick. So yeah, very happy with the products that I bought from Samer Khouzami. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching me use products from Samer Khouzami, a Lebanese makeup artist who sees beauty in everything he sees. And I do like that concept. Alright you guys, again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like and enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.